Let's take a look at the person you're dealing with, the person on your mind, how they feel about you, what's going on in this connection. If you feel called to stay, please do. So pick up on your energy now. Maybe take a deep breath. Let's establish who this person is so you know for sure that this is for you. Who is this person that you are dealing with, that you're wondering about? Okay. This person could have a youthful energy in your life. They don't have to necessarily be younger, but they may just have a sort of immature or youthful energy in some aspects, in some ways, okay? I feel like this person is not interested in settling. And there are some energies with the mother coming up. So there could be some focus on trying to heal from mother wounds, or that there's kind of a mother, like a lording mother energy here. I'm hearing overloading or overlording. Either way, this person shows up as creative, a bit defensive, okay? They could be defensive over what they're doing, or defensive of energies around that seem like they're just full of BS. I feel like this person's trying to reveal a lot of the BS and get more clear about what is and what isn't working in their life. It looks like they also are trying to create a dream life, or their dream life in some way or some regard. This defensive energy could also lead to arguments sometimes, or even just drama. They could take things quite personally as well. They could also be defending their shadow aspect, or defending against it. So more fighting it than integrating it. This person is either far along the journey or coming into a spot where they're really integrating their shadow, or it's the opposite and they are really like fighting off, at war with, and rejecting their shadow, which could create some projection. It does feel like they follow their heart for the most part. They could literally have curly hair, but that doesn't have to resonate for you to claim this. And they may have some strong air placements if you're familiar with their astrology. They could have been raised with a religious background, and they could be quite stubborn at times, rejecting healing or medicine, or just in general rejecting the things that could heal them to kind of stay high vibe. That could be how they view it. Certain life experiences could be a little bit limited with this person. So for example, maybe they never actually experienced a true tragedy in their life, or a true crumbling of the structures, a true falling down. Maybe they never experienced a truly deep heartbreak or heartache, at a certain level, or at least not at a level that you have. This could actually keep them a little bit complacent emotionally sometimes, because they're not as able to see the seriousness of why it matters, why certain vices, addictions, icky people or influences around, or habits, whatever it might be, why it matters to have certain emotional healing, or to move on from that, or to try and mature to a certain point. They might not have a full understanding of that in their physical world, whereas maybe you have been through things like this, so you kind of understand the consequences at a deeper level than this person would. However, I do feel like they have great emotional, intellectual capacity and ability when they tap in, when they tune in. I do feel like this person could be quite intuitive as well, even if they don't always let that in to the full extent. 222 and 333 also showed up on the timer during this reading. Now, this person you are dealing with is growing. They're just growing in their own way, on their own schedule, in their own time, okay? They have had some toxic tendencies, a toxic past perhaps, or addictions, habits, things that just feel kind of toxic around them. I feel like this person has experienced being toxic and dealing with toxicity. And even though probably most humans can say this, it does look like that's a subject that comes up here in this connection, or is around. It's something that they are working on, or have had to, work on to grow beyond in some ways. I'm hearing the word suppress too. I feel like this person suppresses a lot of internal things, urges, parts of themselves, aspects. Now, what this person is moving towards is the Ace of Cups. So they're actually moving towards being emotionally available, having emotional release, being able to open their heart, being ready for a new beginning. All right, that's what they're moving towards, what they're working on, what they're growing into. And I really do feel like this person is growing. It just could be at their, again, own pace in their own way. They could also have Scorpio placements, or Scorpio season could be significant. It looks like they're also going to be going through a lot of transformation. Maybe they already have started out the other side of this strong transformation, and certain events that may trigger that transformation as well. You can expect them to have better emotional boundaries, okay, to look out for themselves in a different and more grounded way emotionally, all right, to be very closed up to BS. So instead of like entertaining it and kind of fighting it off, but still being, let's say, semi-engaged with that energy, we see them transitioning to where they're completely closed off to that energy and right away aware that it's not for them. So just kind of being more emotionally grounded in themselves, centered in themselves, or trusting themselves. We also see them being able to release some resentment, to release some anger, to release some emotional frustration. They could even be releasing a water sign feminine from their life, but in general, I really read that as a release of anger and resentment. Of course, it doesn't mean it goes away altogether, but it definitely gets a lot better. And of course, that assurance in ourself, like knowing self and being able to stand up for ourselves, really helps as well. We don't feel the burden of so much resentment and anger when we're more grounded within ourselves. It does look that as they accept this reality more and more, that certain emotional connections or things or places, people, habits, whatever, aren't for them, and it's kind of not working, and they get more grounded in themselves. They also feel the energy of grieving. So you can see there's these 3 cups here, standing of the past, and then when they fully are kind of accepting and grieving the loss of those, and they're spilled on the ground here, they go through a little bit of a down and out type of vibe. This can literally be some kind of grief or loss. They could even be stubborn to accept that. If this is a literal loss that they deal with, they could be stubborn to accept that at first. And then once they do, some time goes by, they're really deep in it. But however this plays out, it is the steps. Let's say these are the proper steps that need to happen for emotional processing. Now, as we said previously, I do feel like this person projects a bit onto you, okay, for how they feel towards you or about you, even how they might view you. It does seem that they don't see you as being perfectly emotionally content, okay, or they're not feeling that full contentment with you, but I feel like a lot of that is connected to their own journey as well, as we just explained, all right? With the King of Wands in reverse, leadership, they're either feeling that you are not really in a leadership position, or that you're hiding somehow, or that they are not in that position with you, meaning they don't feel in charge in some way, somehow. Funny enough, they are also viewing you as the Page of Swords, which was the original energy, I believe, that came out. Knight of Swords for them, but they're viewing you as the Page of Swords. So this could be seeing you learn new things, even getting downloads from spirit in a way, being fresh or new at something, and having also sort of a youthful intellect or a youthful being in some way. They do view themselves a bit beyond you or advanced in certain ways, but it feels respectful. So both of you could actually view each other as being a bit slow in certain areas, and not in a negative, but just you both have this stance on each other. They also seem to feel that there's some kind of an opportunity that's going to come back around with you, something that will re-emerge, or they'll get a chance again in some way, that some kind of opportunity will emerge or re-emerge here with you. And this opportunity is somehow spelling out justice, okay, equality. This could be that they finally will be able to share some kind of a truth with you. They're hoping for this, or that things would finally even out somehow in this connection. This could also pertain to something legal. Maybe they want to have a talk. But I do also feel this implies that they are viewing you as growing and evolving as well. This person seems quite intelligent, like they do read patterns, as you may as well. It's surprising how similar your energies actually are in interpretation of each other. If you're resonating with this, there's an extended reading link in our bio under the link tree. Please make sure the extended reading title matches the one you're looking for. And if you're on YouTube, the link is below. Much love.